My goodness, today I'm going to talk about 4 signings and 1 departure happening behind the scenes at Rangers, and I'm sure you'll be thrilled with this. Names I mentioned back in January are resurfacing. Today's news includes Rangers closing in on Vaclav Cerny deal amid a huge claim. A new Rangers striker target emerges after Philippe Clement drops a Todd Cantwell bombshell. Rangers make a new proposal for a La Liga star to seal a playmaker deal with the wage offer revealed and Shankland price set. Lastly, Sheffield Wednesday are in pole position to sign Scott Wright. Rangers are in advanced talks to bring Wolfsburg winger Vaclav Cerny to Ibrox, and sources say this is shaping up to be a huge coup for us. So, here's the scoop. The 26-year-old Cerny is on standby, ready to jet in for a medical and wrap up the deal. He joined Wolfsburg from Twente for around £6 million last year and notched up 4 goals in 22 Bundesliga matches. Before that, he made quite a name for himself in the Dutch Eredivisie. Now, this signing isn't just any ordinary addition. We're talking about a player with a solid pedigree and a proven track record. Rangers see this as a massive win, adding some serious firepower to our squad. Cerny will join our summer signings Hamza Igamani, Jefte, Clinton Nsiala, Liam Kelly, Connor Barron, and Oscar Cortez, who's back on loan with an obligation to buy in the summer, plus Mohamed Diamande, who's made his loan move permanent. It's like we're assembling a dream team here. Since joining Wolfsburg, Cerny hasn't exactly been a first-team regular, making 25 appearances and scoring 5 goals. But despite the limited playing time, he still got the nod for Ivan Hasek's Czechia Euro 2024 squad. He played 55 minutes in their 1-1 draw with Georgia, but spent the rest of the group stages on the bench as they didn't make it to the knockouts. But here's the kicker. Rangers are banking on Cerny to bring that much-needed spark to wrestle the Scottish Premier League title away from our arch-rivals Celtic. So, fingers crossed, folks, if this deal goes through, we could be looking at a serious game-changer for the next season. We've got some juicy transfer gossip hot off the press. Our manager, Philippe Clement, has just dropped a bombshell about Todd Cantwell, and now we're on the hunt for a new striker. It's been a busy summer at Ibrox, with 6 new signings already through the door. But one area we've yet to sort out is our center-forward position. With Kemar Roofe leaving and Fabio Silva ending his loan spell, we're a bit light up front, leaving Cyril Desires to carry the load. But don't worry, Chetzi has the inside scoop. We're eyeing up 2 top striker targets, Lyndon Dykes and Lawrence Shankland. Now, Dykes missed Euro 2024 due to injury, but has popped up on our radar again. The club knows it won't be a cheap deal, though. We were linked with Dykes last summer when we needed to replace Alfredo Morelos. The Scottish striker, who previously played for Livingston, signed a long-term deal with QPR last year. But with QPR signing Slovenian striker Zan Silar, they might be open to selling Dykes now. And here's the big news. Clement revealed that Todd Cantwell has handed in a second transfer request. After a press conference in Birmingham, Clement came back to drop the bombshell that Cantwell wants out. The 26-year-old wants to head back to England, where his family stayed after he moved to Rangers in 2023. That's a big factor in his decision to leave. Both Shankland and Dykes would be popular signings at Ibrox, but neither will come cheap. If we're serious about knocking Celtic off their perch and getting back to the top of Scottish football, we might need to dig deep into our pockets. The sale of Cantwell could help raise some funds for these deals. Talking about Shankland, we've got some juicy gossip coming straight from Tynecastle. Our old friend Stephen Naismith is standing firm on the future of Hearts hotshot striker Lawrence Shankland. This comes after fresh rumors linking Shankland with a move to Rangers. So here's the scoop. Reports have been flying around that our boss, Philippe Clement, might be gearing up for a U-turn on Shankland. Apparently, he's ready to launch a £3 million bid if we can scrape together some funds in the coming weeks. But Naismith isn't having any of it. He's made it crystal clear that Hearts won't budge on their valuation, which sits between £4 and £5 million for the Scotland international. Naismith told the Edinburgh News, "At every club in Scotland, every player has a value. It doesn't always follow the usual rule where a player's contract is running down, so their value drops. Scotland's a bit different because of the general finances in our football. Plus, the financial rewards of getting into Europe are so great that if you have an asset who can help you achieve that, it adds value. That's simply it. For us, there is no change at all from where it was last summer or January." Naismith is playing hardball, and if we want Shankland, we might have to dig a bit deeper into our pockets. Rangers are making moves to bring in Sevilla's playmaker, Joan Jordan, and it's shaping up to be a real game changer. Now, let's not kid ourselves. Based on preseason showings, we've got some serious work to do if we want to make this season count. One glaring issue is our midfield. Connor Barron and Mohamed Diamond have been working their socks off, but they need some backup. Good news might be just around the corner, though. We've put in a new proposal for Joan Jordan. This 30-year-old maestro has been told he's surplus to requirements at Sevilla. The club has made it clear they have been told that they are not part of the project. We respect their contracts, but it is better for them to choose other options. Our initial bid, as reported by Fabrizio Romano, got knocked back. But fear not, because Rangers have upped their game. We're now offering to cover 40% of his £69,000 per week salary, which is around £27,000 per week. Not too shabby, right? Fernando Serrano of Bombonera Insider says we've presented a new loan proposal, increasing the percentage of the salary we'd cover. Niels Koppen is determined to get his man. Jordan could be the wise old head Felipe Clement needs to calm things down in the midfield, dictate play, and let the younger lads do the running. With potential exits for Tom Lawrence, Todd Cantwell, and Ianis Hagi, we're looking at a bit of a shakeup. Alex Lowry might be our only natural number 10 left. Imagine Jordan at the base of midfield with Barron and Diamand, or even Nicholas Raskin pressing higher up. These lads have the energy to run all day. It's clear we need more quality, and Jordan would walk into Clement's team. And more importantly, he'd walk into the one across the city too. If this deal goes through, it could be the start of a Rangers rebuild we've all been waiting for. It looks like Sheffield Wednesday are leading the charge to snap up our winger Scott Wright. Yep, sources have told Football Insider that Wednesday are ahead of Derby County and Preston North End in the race for his signature. Now, here's the deal. Scott Wright, our former Aberdeen star, has been given the green light to find a new club this summer, with a year left on his Ibrox contract. He's been chatting with Wednesday, Derby, and Preston, who all fancy signing him permanently. Rangers are likely to accept a fee of less than £1 million to free up some space on the wage bill as we continue our summer exodus. Speaking of departures, we've already said goodbye to Kemar Roof, Ryan Jack, Borna Barisic, Robbie McCrory, and John Lundstrom. And guess what? Football Insider revealed on July 19th that we might also be willing to sell star duo James Tavernier and Connor Goldson. Talk about a major squad overhaul. Scott Wright joined Rangers in 2021 and made 117 appearances, scoring 12 goals and providing 7 assists. He almost signed for Turkish side Pendikspor last summer after flying out for a medical, but in the end, he chose to stay and fight for his place at Ibrox. However, Philippe Clement has now deemed him surplus to requirements. As our squad transformation continues, it looks like Scott Wright might be the next to head out the door. Keep your eyes peeled for more updates.